Blades Ramble are proudly supported by our main channel sponsor, My Business Group, a group of brands designed to support owners, leaders and managers in business. We would not be where we are without the incredible support of John and the team. If you're looking to grow your business, contact mybusinessgroup.co.uk today for more information or follow the link in the description below.
Blades fans, subscribe to Blades Ramble. Up the Blades.
What is happening, Blades, and welcome back to the Blades Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and this is 10-minute transfers. I want to say thank you to everybody that joined us last night for the watch-along with myself and Jord. Enjoyed that thoroughly. I also want to point out that some people mentioned on our Gassama 10-minute transfer video yesterday that he's going to Rangers. Why have you done this video? Well, haters will say that I recorded it the day before. So it might not have been 100%. It just shows how quickly things can move in the transfer market, doesn't it? So thank you to everybody for joining us today. And this 10-minute transfer ramble is going to be slightly different because obviously things have been hit and miss with player rumours and stuff like that. But things that we do know is we've just signed up a load of new scholars on professional contracts. And I'm going to talk to you today about 3 new lads that have come into the academy that have been scouted very young and have come into the academy from other sides. So this is exactly what happened with the likes of Siddy Peck and a little bit further on it with David Brooks and Illiman and Dye. Now, I'm not saying that these lads will go on to that sort of level, but we do like to scout young and stock really strong youth. There's a reason Sheffield United historically have brought through really strong youth prospects through our side. We are the best in class in our region, certainly in South Yorkshire, for bringing through youth players. We've got the ownership on that, haven't we? Really, there's very few that slip through the net and end up at the Blue Half or Barnsley, Rotherham, wherever else it might be. So the first of the 3 that I'm going to talk about, you can see on screen if you're watching on videos. Apologies if you're listening by a podcast, but this is Emmett Morrison. He's 16 years old, as all 3 lads are that we're going to talk about today. He's an attacking midfielder, and he's signed a contract till June 2027, a 2-year deal. He's come in for an undisclosed fee, but a few little facts about him. He's a Northern Ireland under-16s international. He's originally from Derry. He came through the Derry Academy, so he's a Northern Irish boy. And he was picked up by Cliftonville after scoring over 40 goals in over 50 games. So his scoring record is incredible at youth level. Obviously, everything is relative. He's been playing at Derry under 14s, under 15s, hasn't he? So youth ranks are obviously, you can't scale them against anything. It goes back to the same sort of metrics that you look at when you're talking about player data, doesn't it? We don't know the level or anything like that, but you can't do much better than that in terms of quality at a young age. So Emmett Morrison, as a new number 10, because that's the number he tends to wear, coming through our ranks. And this doesn't mean we'll see him for another 2 years, we might not. But I think it's good to get to know some of these lads before they come through. So that's Emmett Morrison, who I'm excited about. The next one I'm going to talk to you about is Cole Haye. Cole Haye. Hey, Cole. He is also 16, as we've talked about, a left winger. Again, signed a 2-year deal for an undisclosed fee. But as you can probably see on the right-hand side, again, if you're watching on video, the fee's reported to be around £75,000, which is no small fee for a 16-year-old. It shows that we are willing to invest in this at this level in these type of players. There's a lot of rumours going around recently that United have got no money and it's just going to be frees and loans and things like this. This is proof that there's investment there, and there is. And I know 75 grand is no. It doesn't break the bank for a club our size, but if you're willing to invest at this level, which you could easily pick up a few lads on a free, but picking somebody up for 75 grand, it's decent. He's starred for Hamilton under-18s. For those with a keen eye and a bit of a memory, which I struggle with, but I do remember this, it's the same place we got Ryan O'Neill from, Hamilton Academicals. So he's obviously younger than O'Neill, but they have come through the same path. They've come through the same team at Hamilton. There may well be a relationship informally there with Sheffield United and Hamilton if they keep producing quality players through their youth ranks. And he has been capped by Scotland at their under-16 level. So another attacker, a left winger, somebody that we may see in a couple of years. Who knows? But another exciting prospect just to know a little bit more about in terms of Cole Haye. And the last one I'm going to talk to you about, Ethan Gold. Ethan Gold. And have we struck Ethan Gold with this boy? And I've stuck an extra stat in there for this one because he's 16 years old, like we've said all these three lads are. He's a goalkeeper, and at 16, he is 6'3". 6'3" at 16 years old. He's signed a 5-year contract. This is from Transfer Market, so it's a fairly reputable source. He's signed a 5-year deal with Sheffield United. The fee, reportedly, €400,000. Now, I've only seen that as a stat on Transfer Market, but they don't often get it wrong. So that is an incredible. We just talked about 75 grand being a lot to drop on a 16-year-old. Well, apparently, and it is apparently, we've just dropped €400,000, so about 350 grand on a 16-year-old to bring him over from America. He's come from Charlotte FC, and yeah, it's this is one that I'm really excited about. Just not because I know anything about him per se, but clearly the club's very excited by him, has high hopes for him because of the amount we've been willing to drop on him. Again, I'm referring to a source being Transfer Market if anybody wants to go and double check that. His first name is actually Daniel, but he goes by his middle name of Ethan. Again, he was born in Charlotte, but he has dual and US and Romanian nationality and has actually represented Romania at under-16 level internationally. This kid could be something really special. Obviously, at this age, 16 particularly, they've just signed a professional. Obviously, this boy's signed for 5 years. We clearly rate him really highly, but you accelerate your development at completely different levels. I think a lot of us may know people or kids and people who were in and around United's academy or an academy that looked really good up until a certain level, and then others surpass you. So there's always the chance that these boys don't actually make it, and they've signed a first professional contract, which is great, but it might be the last professional contract. So we don't want to put too much pressure on them to be the next superstar for Sheffield United. But it's nice at the same time to get to know a few of these lads and who they are a little bit, so that when we see a name on a team sheet, we're not like, who is that? Who is this guy? So if you like this sort of profile building and sort of understanding a little bit about these lads, then let me know and we can do a little bit more on it, because there's other players from the youth team that have signed up as well. There's other players that signed towards the back end of last season that had been on trial with us and stuff like that, so we can mention them. And it technically is a transfer in, so it can fit with what we're trying to do on 10-minute transfers. The other thing that I think is pertinent to mention is that yesterday it was announced that Dovi Sasnaukas and Jevon Beattie, who was the son of Craig Beattie. So Dovi's a centre-half, if you don't already know him. I think he's a little bit older. I think we're talking about 18 for these boys, 17, 18. Dovi has captained both the under-18s and the under-21s. So Dovi is known to be a really decent prospect. Went quiet a little bit last season. He's still slightly small for a centre-half, I would say, but a huge upside, and he's signed a new contract. And Jevon Beattie has been banging the goals in for the 21s. So Jevon Beattie, unlike his dad, no offence, kidding, obviously, but Jevon Beattie, great prospect for Sheffield United. So really interesting, these deals, and something not to get overly excited about, but just to know a little bit more about some of the lads that are coming into our youth system, and hopefully we may see in the years to come. So let me know what you think in the comments. Again, if you like this sort of content, I'm happy to include it in the 10-minute transfers rather than the odd rumour that we can then shoot down. We may well, from what I understand, be talking about confirmation of a transfer very soon. One that we've already spoken about on 10-minute transfers. So thank you to everybody for joining us. If you're not already and you enjoy the content, please do like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards. Up the blades!